Hi guys, my name is Mightman, welcome back to yet another video. Today we are going to be continuing our weapon reviews, and as you can see on the screen right now we have an X-Garand on the screen. Now this is again a X weapon, so this is kind of your mid to end tier kind of weapon you would use generally around whatever really, because it's fairly decent. So this is a 7.5 or 14mm rifle ammo, depends on what one you want to go for. It has 20 round capacity, slow reload speed, very slow attack speed, but very high accuracy and critical chance. Again, you need to be level 25 to equip, have 120 rifle skill to master, and you need to be level 50 to craft this, which again, Clayton, please fix. This weapon does 90 damage, where critical is a 450, and it has a 75% arm penetration for PvE. This is pretty much an interesting kind of gun. This is like one of the ones I didn't get to use until now, and this is quite powerful for what it is. It's one of your kind of budget items in the game. Let's have a quick look to see what I can do with damage. Let me just refresh because this sometimes bugs out. So with my grind build here, I'm doing 229, times that by, what was it, 5 or something like that. It does a lot. It actually does a little bit more because this doesn't take into account the rifle mastery. But yeah, this gun is going to be pretty much solid for what it is, and it's going to be interesting because one thing I did notice is a muzzle flare in that, or muzzle brake, whatever you want to call it, depends on your gun nut car weapon mods, but this will be a bit more interesting to use. We actually do have a boss hive quite a bit away, but I am going to run there with my trusty speed demon preset, and we'll get straight to the video. Okay, so we are literally beside the boss hive now. I've just changed over to the... Oh, okay, so just heads up, I can see right now we are kind of screwed with the damage here. We are going to have 20% additional damage, but that's because there is a weekend event currently going on and we're not going to minus. But we'll just start blasting. Sounds like a normal 12.7mm rifle, that's fine. Doing 565 there, so it'll be very good damage. At base form, this would kind of wipe out quite a lot of different zombies actually. Top of my head, this could service most places actually. So you can one shot. Oh, this is actually fairly loud for me. 2 seconds, I need to turn it down. There we go, got a bad buy in. Just turn this down a little bit. So fundamentally, I do think this could actually... I've got to turn the music off, why not? This actually could cast service, death row. Now, the reason why I'm saying it could is because obviously the damage it's doing, obviously I'm doing 500, you would be doing about 400 and stuff like that, if not the same as me, depending on how you start your account. If you went down the rifle route anyway. I just want to see a 117. Yeah, this weapon could actually work in death row pretty easily. It can wipe out many of the other ones there. It would take 2-3 shots to kill the 1000 arms, and that's not particularly that scary. It's quite good. One of the things I could say that could be a benefit for this, in a sense, is maybe having a silencer on it, because I know weapon mods are coming at some point, but I feel as if one of the kind of buffs this could have to make it a lot better than it currently is actually a silencer. Less noise being made here, because I hate the sound of this. I don't like the sound of 12.7s, because this is what it sounds like, unfortunately. But this could be fairly good, and considering how kind of rare, scarce, how common it is, I'm going to say, it doesn't actually particularly worry me on saying it's not worth it, because it is. It fundamentally is its base form. I would happily give this about a 5. What am I saying on there? Hold on. Before I open up the thingy panel. Right, let's open it up and we'll have a look. Because I feel as if some zombies are getting stuck on it. Yeah. There is something invisible right there. Clayton, please fix. So we'll put on the grind stuff here, so we'll have better attack speed. So this is going to do a lot more damage. This is obviously based on getting C, what it looks like. So yeah, it's definitely packing a punch. 1.5 for crit with what, 45 plus 15, that is 60% in total dexterity. This thing is really good for what it is. I'm surprised with it. obviously this being a 14mm, using 14mm doesn't change anything for a base weapon itself, just to clarify that. A lot of the weapons that we're going to be reviewed or are going to review have had some sort of difference, extra scenario where you could use a different weapon, different ammo type, and it still keeps its core stats. Personally, I do think if you're going to upgrade to 14mm, there should be more damage overall. It could be the fact, obviously, if you stayed at, say for example, the base of this is 7.5mm, or yeah, 7.5mm rifle ammo, you maybe have better rate of fire, but or with the 14 you have better damage. That's my personal opinion of that. Again, people may not like it, but fundamentally this gun is very solid actually. Like, I do feel as if you're on a budget, not a tight budget, because a budget for me would be like $1 million kind of thing, I would say this works superb. It works really well for the damage you're getting output, the kind of ammo you can get, the crafting capability or availability of this weapon itself. It's nothing to be laughed at. As a rifle, it is fairly strong. Like, obviously I'm taking back steps to avoid taking damage here. With its full capacity, it does handle hordes pretty well, but you're not using this for horde handling, you're using it for looting. I've yet to actually see a weapon in the game that's useful for both. Like, obviously you do have like Barnell, Torch Bolt. Well, in fact, there you go, that's another one. Bela, like, they're good. What would I rate this from a scale to 1 to 10 with the buff, like with the boosts and that? I would actually give it a 9. Now, I know from a new player perspective, this is a little bit out of people's way. Like, you can easily earn the money to get this, and I wholeheartedly think this is worth the 4-5 million you could be spending to get it. Then there's the additional what, 500k on top just to get change the ammo, and that's fairly worth it, considering obviously when you're in death row you're not going to get 7.5 even in Raven Ridge, so you're better to opt into the conversion. Yeah, I can't say this isn't a bad purchase at all. This is barely, if not the best low tier, well, not low tier, mid to end game rifle you can possibly actually get. I think it would actually rival a few other weapons that I've reviewed already. That being said, because I did say this isn't going to be useful for take on the hordes to look, I'm going to use Ground Storm, just see what we can get. Peepish. Battle Axe. Ooh, a Hawk, that's not even that good craft. Grinder. And the Grising Knife. But yeah guys, let me know what you think about this weapon. Wholeheartedly, I think it could be good in quite a lot of places. The only thing I would say that it does need is some sort of noise reduction. And the reason for that is because of how loud it is. For me, I hate the sound of it. But with the usability for us, you will obviously get the kind of a horde kind of grouping around you quite quickly if you're spamming it. That's why you can use it to kind of take things out when you can't really kill them, if that makes sense. It won't be able to deal with a horde quite efficiently, unfortunately, but it is one of those ones that it doesn't need piercing to work, it doesn't need anything else as a gimmick, it just needs that noise reduction to give it a kind of boost. I would say, given the model it has like a muzzle break flash thing, which I can understand, but it doesn't really do much. It might be given the thing because it, in theory, for Dead Frontier wise, it could be the thing because it the arm penetration. But I think just replace that with a silencer, and honestly, and give it the noise reduction it totally deserves. But no guys, thank you very much for watching. Let me know what you think about this weapon. Have you used it before? Is it something that's on your list? Is it something you shove in on all and just can't play with that? Is it something you might even consider getting as a collectible? Because these are good questions. But no, thank you very much for watching. Have a great day, great time. I shall see you guys later, and goodbye.